Counter-Strike 2 cache tricks that you may or may not know. Wait, cache, is that right? Okay. Yep. Be sure to like the video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe, enjoy. Starting on cache today, wait, we're on cache. All around the map are barrels like this. Usually standing on top of these barrels actually burns you, but as long as you just jump a little bit forward as you go to jump up onto it, it won't burn you at all, and it's going to allow you to stand on the edge of it. They're literally all over the whole map, so this can make nice little positions for you to play all over the map. As you may remember from old cache, you can do this jump mid off this garage door here to get up onto boost. But now you can actually also do it another way. It is a lot harder to do, but you can actually jump over from vent onto this garage door here, and then over to the next one, and then proceed to jump up onto boost. Very hard jump, but you never were able to do it last time. Same with old cache, they've got this barrel here, and what this allows you to do, which people didn't really do back in the day, is just having a teammate stop in this general area here, and you can just boost up on their head really fast and get up onto boost. In my opinion, this should be the meta way to get up onto boost, as long as you're not going quietly. Coming back over to B main now. As you may know, there was never really any items for you to stand on, like an off angle say, in this general area right here, but now they've actually added this ladder, and you can now jump on top of that, and that can just create a nice little way to hold towards B main if you're a lurk towards B. And the nice thing about this position is, you can actually jump off this silently, as long as you fall off to the right hand side here, and you just push yourself back into it. This is just going to give that nice little bit of elevation that people aren't going to be expecting as much. Another interesting little position that I've found is actually right here. There's a little lip sticking out right here from these containers, and you can actually jump onto this first one here. Now, in what situation could this be useful? I'm trying to think maybe pushing in as a CT and holding, or maybe start of T round and you have an AWP and you just want to jump up here and get an advantage on looking towards a person that may peek you from B site. Over on A site now, we've got a couple tricks that you can still do, and that is being up on top of quad here and jumping onto these street lights. As you see, you can still go all the way over to the third street light, and this is a very nice position, and thank you for keeping this in the map. Same for the shroud position. If you have the door open towards site, you can actually just still make your way up here and play this position as well. I've had a bit of an idea for molotoving A main at the start of a round, and basically what that entails is this little window right here. Now, I haven't really tested much because the map just came out, but from this position here, you can actually throw a Molotov. That's going to come down and burn off most of this area, and what this has me thinking is that potentially we could have a lineup where we can come out at the start of a round as a CT and basically lob our Molotov in here and somehow bank it. Now, I'll need to do further testing for this, but this is just one of the many things on this map that has just slightly changed that just makes it very interesting. Coming over towards mid-main garage area now, they've actually changed this corner here where there's just a couple of concrete slabs just laying down, and now what you're allowed to do is, if you have an AWP or so, you can actually see towards highway. That's the top box of highway. I'll just come through. And that's this top corner here. So that little position right there is where a potential enemy T could be peeking you if you're playing highway on cache. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this was intentional, as it is quite a big thing to add to the map, but nonetheless, it is a lot more cooler than what we used to have. Having you and a teammate boosted up here onto this red container in garage now, you can actually get boosted onto your teammate's head, and you can see out towards Squeaky, and you can actually silently jump spot in towards garage here. As long as your teammate's standing on the furthest part, you can actually jump spot in towards A main. This is also something we were never able to do in the old cache, but now we can, and that's very nice. You can of course still get on top of these two roller doors here, which is very nice, and you can still get inside of your favourite tyre, although it's not as high as it used to be. Over in T-spawn, they seem to have added back this sign where you can actually stand on top of it and look in towards B main. Moving over towards A side in T-spawn, if you used to remember in old cache, you could actually jump up onto these payphones here, but you could only crouch. But now, you can actually stand up on them. And that actually makes a really nice way to hold towards A, or even potentially garage, as before when you were crouched, you had no movement opportunity, but now as you can stand up, it's allowing you to move way more freely, and for you to actually play this position viably. Coming over towards Squeaky now, you can actually jump up in towards all of these windows in Squeaky area, And this just creates a lot of potential little angles for you to play towards Squeaky, which is something that we never used to have. There's also this little radiator on the left hand side here that you can stand on, which also makes a nice little angle for you to play. If some of you remember, you used to be able to come out from CT to sandbag area here, and you used to be able to make a little KZ jump to this little ledge right here to get up onto the mid boost. But they've actually removed that, and what I found interesting is that they've actually added a little ledge along this whole side here that you're actually able to play. So as you're coming out mid, you can actually jump up onto these little ledges here, and this could just make nice little ways to variate your angle that you're playing at, and hopefully give you an easier time to take what you need to take. Back on CSGO cache, we had a little scaffolding here, and we could actually see out of this window, but now it seems like we actually can't. And now this hole's purely for utility, it seems like. So that's an interesting change, and I'm excited to see how that works. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and comment. I am currently hosting a giveaway, so please go over to the community tab on my YouTube to find out how to enter for that. As this goes for all my videos, if you learnt at least one new thing, be sure to subscribe. Hope you have a great day or night, and cheers. Ooh! Wow.